Mr. Angus for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much. Diapers.com. Online business selling diapers in this competitive market that Amazon says is out there. And Jeff Bezos wanted to buy it, and they refused. And so they went to predatory pricing, and Amazon was losing $100 million every 3 months on diapers to put a competitor out of business or to get them to forced to sell. And they finally agreed because they were afraid Amazon would drop prices even lower. We talk about antitrust because of the kill zone of innovation that The Economist is talking about. But with Amazon, it's the kill zone of competition. The power that you have through all your platforms to actually drive down prices and put people out of business. Charles Sussman says that the predatory pricing practices of Amazon are antitrust in nature and need legislation. What do you say?
Again, I have to say I'm not an expert in competition law, so and I don't know the history of the details. Some of the things you mentioned. I think that the general business that we're in, and the robust competition that we see across all these businesses, and the fact that there are lots of new startups, and that we have a great number of competitors even who use our Amazon Web Services platform. Some of the largest online commerce platforms in, say, Germany or Latin America use AWS and trust us with their businesses. So we think the competition is working.
You've got all the people use your cloud services, and then you can drive down prices against mom and pops. Lena Khan, Open Markets, says that because you are controlling so much market dominance in so many various areas, you can use your profit from cloud on pricing to run predatory pricing to run down competition. And she says that your structure and conduct poses anti-competitive concerns, yet has escaped antitrust scrutiny. This is an issue that I think legislators need to think about. We see in Canada, one of the great advantages you have is you're not paying taxes the way our poor businesses have to. In the UK, you made £3.35 billion and paid only 1.8 million in taxable income. I mean, you're like our biggest welfare case on the planet if you're not paying, if you're getting that. In the U.S., it's even better. You made $11 billion in profits, and you got a $129 million rebate, so you're actually paying negative 1% tax rate. That seems to me to be an extraordinary advantage. I don't know any company that wouldn't want to get a rebate rather than pay taxes, or any citizen. How is it that we have a marketplace where you can undercut any competitor, you can undercut any book publisher, and you're not even properly paying taxes? Don't you think it's at least our job to rein you guys in and make sure that we have some fair rules in the marketplace?
Again, I apologize. I'm not an expert in the competition law area. We're here, the competition, or the panel discussion was on security, consumer protection, and privacy, where I do have some expertise, but I'm not able to answer your questions on that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, this is why, as our chairs asked, that we were going to get people who would be able to answer questions, because these are the questions that we need to have answered as legislators, because we're dealing in this new age, and your colleagues at Facebook have put us in this. If Facebook had better corporate practices, we might not even be paying attention, but we're having to pay attention. And if Amazon was not engaged in such anti-competitive practices, we might think that the free market was great, but it's not great right now. And you can't answer those questions to us, so it puts us in a bind because we're asking for answers as legislators. What's a fair taxation rate? How do we ensure competition in the marketplace? How do we ensure that we don't have predatory pricing that is deliberately driving down prices and putting our businesses out of business because you have such market dominance and you can't answer the question? Leaves us very confused. Should we call Alexi or Siri? Would they help?
Yeah, I apologize, but again, I don't have the expertise to answer those questions.
Thank you.
I